In the late 1970s, two college dropouts named Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak started something revolutionary in a garage, a company that would become Apple. Today, Apple reigns as one of the largest companies in history, with an astonishing market value exceeding $2 trillion. But how did two young men with limited resources build such an empire? The secret lies not just in innovative products, but in visionary strategy. Apple didn't just introduce the personal computer, it introduced a philosophy. Wozniak's technical brilliance met Jobs' uncanny marketing genius, and together they created products that weren't just made to function, but to become extensions of the user. The launch of the Macintosh in 1984 wasn't Apple's first computer, but it was a turning point. The iconic 1984 Super Bowl commercial, directed by Ridley Scott, wasn't just an ad, it was a battle cry, positioning Apple as the daring underdog taking on a cold, corporate tech world dominated by IBM. By tapping into emotion, storytelling, and sleek design, Apple created unparalleled customer loyalty that the competition could only envy. The lesson? A bold vision combined with emotionally resonant branding creates a connection that's nearly impossible to break. But Apple isn't the only company with a meteoric journey. Let's talk about Amazon. From selling books online in 1994 to becoming the everything store, Jeff Bezos' strategy of relentless innovation disrupted traditional retail. Amazon's success hinged on one core principle: customer obsession. Bezos made it clear that Amazon would serve its customers at any cost, even foregoing profit in the short term. It wasn't just about selling products. It was about shipping them faster than anyone else could imagine. Enter Amazon Prime. What started off as an ambitious two-day delivery promise transformed into a global empire of convenience. Today, behind-the-scenes technologies like dynamic pricing engines and data-driven consumer analytics power Amazon's rise, but at its heart, it's about making customers feel like their needs come first. The key takeaway here? Never underestimate the value of prioritizing customer experience over everything else. Next, let's look at Netflix. The story of this company is one of reinvention. In 1997, Netflix launched as a DVD rental service, disrupting traditional video store norms and challenging names like Blockbuster. But Reed Hastings didn't stop there. In 2007, Netflix pivoted to streaming, embracing the future before others even saw it coming. When competitors underestimated the transition to digital, Netflix doubled down. Fast forward, and they've not only become a streaming giant, but an Emmy-winning content creator, producing hit shows like Stranger Things and The Crown. The real lesson in Netflix's success? Reinvention isn't a one-time act. It's an ongoing process. Hastings proved that to survive in a fast-changing world, you must be willing to disrupt even your own business model before someone else does it for you. Finally, we need to talk about Google, a company that reshaped how the world accesses information. Larry Page and Sergey Brin didn't just create a search engine, they created an ecosystem. Their famous 10 things we know to be true principles became their North Star, particularly the insight, focus on the user and all else will follow. Like Amazon, Google prioritized user experience in unprecedented ways. The clean homepage, the efficiency of search results, and later, the connectivity of tools like Gmail, Maps, and Google Drive locked users into Google's orbit. But Google's true superpower lay in monetizing their services at scale through AdWords and AdSense. By building an advertising-driven model that felt unobtrusive to the customer and rewarding to businesses, they essentially created the lifeblood for the modern internet age. Lesson learned? Free services can generate massive value when paired with smart monetization. So, what's the common thread? Each of these companies dreamed big, embraced innovation, and obsessed over their customers. They often made bold moves, others deemed risky, and reinvented themselves to stay ahead of the curve. In a world that's constantly evolving, These companies remind us of one crucial message. Fortune favors the bold, and strategy shapes the future. The question is, will you take inspiration from their stories to write your own success story?